Zion, James. I will say all those guys from Duke being all transfers is kind of sad. Did Joseph Girard go in the draft, or did he transfer again?
I don't know.
Gerard? That dude might have got an NDL.
All right, technical difficulties over.
Yeah.
That dude might have got an NDL.
All right, dude. Technical
Welcome back
difficulties
to
over.
the Dudes and Sports Podcast and Chilling Out with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC, and if you were with us earlier, obviously you've already gone through this, but you get it again because our, great Mr. K. Stelt's internet is just not helping us out here. So, obviously, you got the
Fucking
main
clown.
man from main man from way out west, Mr. P4. We got Mr. K. Stelt, and then Mr. Howard, sir. Mr. P4, sir, what you got to say to the crowd?
Hello, folks.
Riveting stuff there. Mr. K. Stelt, do you have anything to add there?
Sorry about my internet and bad computer. I'm back from the beach.
Do you have a boo thing on your...
Why didn't we do a Dudes in Sports live for the presidential debate? That would have been...
Absolutely not.
Because
That
you were
is
busy.
absolutely
Why don't you tell...
not.
Actually, no, let's get into it.
Absolutely not.
Let's
No
get into
way.
it. Kyle,
I
what were
will
you doing?
Dip out of this.
I was trying to figure out if Trump and Biden really had the correct
No, where were you? Why
handicaps.
couldn't...
Oh my.
Oh, I was
Not
at the
done.
ocean.
Get the
Oh,
hell.
No,
let's
I'm
talk
talking-
about it. How was your trip?
It is a...
How
It was
your
good. It was a
trip?
good trip.
Yeah,
It was a good trip. It was a good trip. Surf was bad though. Didn't get a lot of surfing in. Surf was bad. Bad board.
So what'd you do instead?
So hung out through the football.
Strike me
round,
as a big
you know?
get burnt?
board
Did you
game
get burnt?
guy. Play a
Played
lot of
apples
board
to
games?
apples.
Apples to apples. Yep.
It's a good one.
Sounds about right.
On the trip, sun out, sand going.
Oh, yeah.
That's Kyle.
Great surfer, too, I've heard.
I've heard.
Anyways, let's get back into what we were
Everybody
currently
says he's
talking
the
about.
best.
Yeah, let's... So, as we were
Nobody
talking
said he
about... The NBA has wrapped up and concluded, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, we are going to go over Mr. K. Stelt's punishment for losing Smart or Dumb because, duh, he's not very smart. So, he is doing the silent disco, and what that entails is each dude gets to pick one song for Mr. K. Stelt to dance to for everybody else. So, my song first was a classic that was about some hips that do not lie, and that is going to be Hips Do Not Lie by Shakira.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
And then, Mr. P4, sir, what is your song that Mr. K. Stell is going to be dancing to?
The best song ever produced in the history of the world. Pre-order online download copies down below. You can donate to us via Super Chat. And
Hit the cloud.
hit the like and
somewhere.
subscribe. Hit the like and subscribe. And don't forget
Of
to ring that
course.
notification bell. Down there. It's the Dudes and Sports theme song, everybody.
What a great
Play the clapping
song.
thing. Play the clapping thing.
Oh, I'll get the clapping thing going. Here we go. Clap,
Be just,
clap,
like,
clap.
Bass boosted.
And
Like
then
and
finally,
subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Mr. Howard, sir, what is your song that Mr. K. Stell is going to be dancing to?
I'm requesting that he dances to Ride the White Horse.
Ride the White Horse is going to be Mr. K. Stelt's final dance moves. So, I do not think the YouTube video will play where everybody can hear it. So, my next best option is playing it through a phone, but I don't know if we can legally do that on YouTube.
No.
I can just play it through my headphones.
There, we could talk about the NBA segment as Mr. K. Stell is doing his dance party. So, he is going to be doing Hips Don't Lie, then the Dudes and Sports Podcast theme song, and then finally Ride a White Stallion. Ride a White Horse, excuse me.
Horse.
Is going to be
Oh, extended.
a great great time. But as Mr. K-Stel is getting his songs ready, we are going to talk a little bit about the NBA. Just not too long. Obviously, NBA Finals came, coming on, whatever. Now we just passed up the NBA draft. If you were able to hang out with Howard and I on Thursday night for a little while and see some of the draft stuff, that was a good time. I just thought we could do a little bit of winners and losers, guys. We thought that were good fits for whoever. I've got just a few. My number one was I really liked the Timberwolves first round, getting Rob Dillingham as an option to be a threat. Like not a number one guy. He's going to come off the bench and he could really contribute. I know his size is kind of an issue, and we were talking about that earlier, but I think he's kind of found a spot that he's going to be really, really good. And then I also really like the Terrence Shannon Jr. pickup as well. Another guy that kind of slipped because of some allegations that ended up being not true or he was not convicted of. So they slipped a little bit due to that, but those two guys are going to be really, really good. Mr. Howard, sir, do you have any draft picks that you thought were really good throughout the first or even second round?
Yeah, I think there was some pretty solid picks. I really like the Wizards draft overall. I think getting Sarr was good. I'm interested. They got Valanciunas today, but we'll get to that later. They got Bub Carrington, and also they got that later. Guy from Keyshawn Harris, Bub Carrington, I believe his name and also they got University of Miami. Guy from Keyshawn Harris, Bub Carrington, I believe his name and also they got University of Miami. They really got a good few for that draft, and I don't know about the Hawks. It'll be interesting. I think your Suns didn't do too bad, really looking in retrospect. I think Ryan Dunn's good for the lack of defense that Kevin Durant had. And I also just really find it good that they got Oso, or what's his name? Iguodaro from Marquette. Yeah, that is pretty solid. So. Yeah,
I was not a fan of the Chris Dunn. I just don't like. I mean, I understand why.
Ryan Dunn.
But Ryan Dunn, excuse me, but
not jackass guy, by the way.
Yeah, but Ryan Dunn, he's but the only problem is Virginia was not very good this year. They were all Tony Bennett does over there is coach defense is very valuable, but the Suns need more than just the defensive spot. I was really disappointed, honestly, as a Suns fan, to not get a point guard out of this. Hopefully we can find somebody in free agency that's going to be really good, but not having a point guard still, I mean, now you're pretty much hoping that you're going to be able to trade Kevin Durant because, I mean, the current situation is the worst thing for it, so... that's just kind of a little bit. Did you have any losers or anybody that you thought didn't do so hot in the draft this year?
Yeah, I really don't know what, I don't know. I was really shocked by, I want to say Atlanta really picking Richardson. I know he's like a solid 3 guy, but I really don't think. I think if that's what they were going to do, especially after trading DeJounte Murray now, I think that pick's going to be
Murray
really
go?
interesting to come back. He went to the
New
Pelicans.
Orleans, yeah.
So, that's going to be interesting to see what happens to that. But I really just don't know about their draft. I wasn't really a big fan also of necessarily the Hornets grab. I really thought about, I know I was saying a lot about Saloon in the retrospect, but as number 6, I think that's a bit of a reach from what we've seen of him. I don't think he's top 10 worthy, but at the same time, I feel like this is a draft where the bar's really not that high. So if you get a good role player like Dalton Connect that fell all the way down or something like that, I think that you're really winning from this draft. I don't think there's a really big loser from someone for this draft. I think a lot of people gained more, but I think also there's people who could have done a little more from what they had.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good overall. Like you said, they're mostly role player guys that are hopefully that are going to be pretty good. So we can do that. Mr. K. Stelting, sir, I think the Dudes in Sports podcast theme song is not copyrighted, and I think the audience would love to hear the song as you dance to it. So I think this is a good spot for us to kind of take a pause and reflect and allow Mr.
Could you hear the Shakira one?
Could not hear it. No, not on the YouTube. At all,
Okay,
but
could
that's
you
okay.
could see it? You could see the
Yeah,
video
correct,
though,
yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you were hustling, bro. You were
If
I'll
you-
spend another 2 minutes on it, by the way.
This is not supposed to be. This is a punishment. It's just you're dumb.
You PC, I think you can play the other one on your desktop. You'll just have to cite them in the link. Just like put down this is this guy's song, stuff like that. If
Yeah.
you do that, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So the next song you can
Technician
play.
Kyle out here, by the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you just the Dudes in Sports one. You just do. I guess I could tag the
Yeah.
Dudes in Sports channel, but
Am I?
yeah, you might as well. We could go move on to college real quick here. Is Mr. K Stelt's gonna do his second dance of the evening?
Hey. Joseph Girard III got picked up by the Toronto Raptors Summer League.
Ah,
Nice.
nice. Did you see like Jared McCann going to the Sixers? Hear his
Sixers.
TikTok.
That's pretty.
That's
dude,
cool.
that's a good pick.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get a lot.
Yeah, he'll be pretty good there,
on
I think.
Philadelphia. He's
So,
a good shooter.
We'll see. We'll see how
What
that
about
goes.
Kyle?
I was just glad he didn't end up being a Sun, honestly.
Are you playing the Dudes in Sports song?
I don't even have it. You're like the
Oh.
only one that has it.
I can't, bro. I can't play it off of my thing. I'll play it though.
Well,
I'll dance
send it
to it.
send it to me in the group chat. And I'll
Bullshit,
play it
you
over my
can't.
phone.
You did for the beginning.
You could send it to me and I can play it off my phone.
Okay, share.
Well, what do we got for your top 10?
Yeah, so top 10 here. I can go over this real quick. Nothing too crazy has changed since the last time we did this, like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. The only kind of big movements is there's a new number one team for me. And I feel like it's just because one of the main guys came back in Marcus Sear. So I now have Alabama at number one, them with Grant Nelson and all of those guys are going to be really, really good this year. I feel like that they're going to, they were a Final Four team last year, so they should be pretty good next year. At number two, I've got the Houston still up there. LJ Cryer, it's going to be really, really good for them. Kelvin Sampson's just been really, really good since he's been at Houston. He's been to a few Final Fours now. So he's doing great things out there in Houston. So I think Cryer is going to be another phenomenal player for them. So I got them at 2. I got my Kansas Jayhawks at number 3 with their back with AJ Storr and Zeke Mayo coming in, but then also with KJ DeWan, and then hopefully Hunter Dickinson will play up to the expectation he's supposed to. Number 4, I've got Iowa State. I think TJ Otzelberger's team is going to be really, really good with Keyshawn Gilbert. Those guys, obviously I'm a Big 12 guy, so I have them higher probably than a little bit others. I know they're still like 5 or 6 in most people's preseasons right now, but they're going to be really, really outstanding too, especially on the defensive end. Number 5, I've got North Carolina. I think that R.J. Davis, I think, is really, really going to peak out for them again. I don't know if there's the only other team I think in the ACC is the Duke Blue Devils, which they are in my top 10. They're just not as high up. I just have more faith in R.J. Davis has been able to show what he's been really, really good this all year. Number 6, I've got UConn. Even though Dan Hurley's back and Eric Caravan's back, we'll have to wait and see. Most of their best guys came off, and they're in the NBA now, and good for them. But he's gonna have to really reload, and I think he still can. But I just don't know if it's gonna be another national championship for back-to-back-to-back. Number 7, we've got Mr. P4's Duke Blue Devils, 5-star freshman Cooper Flagg. We'll have great guys like Tyrese Proctor and Caleb Foster, who are proven vets, to be able to help out. What's up?
You're saying you want R.J. Davis over Cooper Flagg?
Okay, if you're looking at them as a prospect, no. Like an NBA prospect, I would rather have Cooper Flagg. But as a college basketball player, just because he's a little older and has a little bit more experience, I would take R.J. Davis just
Really?
right now. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I just think his experience...
Clip it.
I think he's done really well. He was the ACC Player of the Year last year. What's up,
Oh
Kyle?
my God.
What?
I emailed you the.
Number 8 is Baylor and Scott Drew. Norchad Ramir and Jeremy Roast, the old Duke Blue Devil. is going to be there as well, and they should be pretty good. I got number 9 with Wade Taylor is another bounce back year for the SEC. And then number 10, I had to throw somebody in there new. I put Gonzaga in there, and Graham Ike and Mark Few. Just think Mark
Number
Few.
9, you're talking about Texas A&M, correct?
Correct. Sorry, yeah. Texas A&M is the team I'm thinking at 9. Yeah, with Wade Taylor. I think they're going to go on a revenge tour here in the SEC. They didn't play as well last year, and I think he's going to really excel. And then I got Gonzaga with Mark Few and Graham Ike. So, those are my top 10 right there real quick. Any comments or any dudes? Obviously, Mr. P4 thinks Cooper Flag. Would you rather take Cooper Flag next year over RJ Davis?
Sorry.
Jeez.
Yes. I think if he's as good as everyone's saying he is, he's going to be the best player in college basketball.
Yeah, well, that could be true too, because the 1 year extra eligibility is kind of gone now, and so RJ is kind of like, I think he's the last group that had that extra year. I don't know. We'll see. I think Cooper's going to be that game and matchup's going to be awesome, especially because Baycott's not there anymore for North Carolina, so we're going to have to do.
No, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And Duke has continued to recruit even with the down year of last year, where people are kind of a little hesitant on Duke. Like, they're almost putting John on the hot seat. And they had the best recruiting class by far.
Yeah.
So at least they're able to recruit. It's kind of a clean slate since those teams that COVID, like you were saying, kind of hangover where we saw the same guys for 6 years.
Yeah.
But now it's fresh slate, and Duke's got the #1 squad. And this is John Shire was the rookie year the standard, the going undefeated at home, going undefeated in the ACC, or is the standard what happened last year where we looked kind of shitty?
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I think that incredible freshman class is going to be a lot of fun to watch. We'll see what happens there. Let's see if Shire can, pull that around and be able to help Duke win a national championship. Since the last time it was 2017. Yeah, I think 17. No, it was 15. I think it was 15. I'm 90% sure it was 15.
15 was the Okafor one.
Yeah, I think that was the last time they won it.
Yeah, 15, 10, 01.
So we'll see if they can get another.
Shout out JJ Redick.
Yeah, a great hire there for the Lakers there. They also got Bronny James. Shout out Bronny. All right, for your entertainment purposes, here is Mr. K. Stout dancing to the Dudes in Sports. Let's see if this will load.
No, it didn't.
Bro, I can't even.
His pockets have zippers.
Bro, why isn't this playing?
Kyle says bring back the 2010s, folks.
Oh, what?
Whatever happened to the mid 2010s? Should we start a segment?
Have you ever heard of the
Yeah,
song
you should.
Party
Yeah,
Rock
try and start.
Anthem?
This thing is not.
Do it
going
on your,
So while I try to figure this out, we can go move on to our UFC segment, or we can go to Howard too. It doesn't matter. Let's go to Howard. We go to Howard first. Let's go to Howard and the soccer or football, excuse me, overview of the Copa America and the Euros.
Yeah, it's an interesting tournament for both sides really right now. It's kind of crazy how everything's turned out. I already talked about sadness earlier, a little bit from Mexico, but right now it's really interesting time for the Euros as they're in the knockout stages, and so far it's been a couple of big upsets. A couple of matches that we thought they were. But to start off, we got the Euros that we will go with Italy getting upset by Switzerland, probably the biggest upset so far, in my opinion. That's really the only upset, considering all these matchups. But a lot of people had their doubts about Germany as well. That's really they had a good performance against Denmark. Considering all these, England and Slovakia played today. and England really dodged a bullet thanks to an incredible Jude Bellingham goal, scissor kick, belly goal. He is nutty and basically saved England after an absolute dog water performance before that against Slovakia. But England survives, and then Spain started off with an own goal against Georgia, the country, and it looked like things were going a little bad. Spain, yeah, not the boys from Athens, the boys from overseas, but you got Spain after their own goal. They pretty much woke up. They tied it going into the first half, and then or the end of the first half, and then they just really just blew up and completely destroyed Georgia after that, and Spain are moving on as well. So Italy really are the only ones to get upset. It's a shocker, but not really. Italy just looked like completely the underwhelming team compared to Switzerland, and it's really just not looking too good for them. I'm really interested to see how England carries after looking very tragic before the 90th minute today. But yeah, we'll see how that goes for them. Getting into the Copa America side, though, for America, it's not really looking good for North America. South America, it's not looking bad. But we'll go ahead and start off with Group A. We have Argentina and Canada advancing out of that. Argentina, they won the World Cup and the last Copa America. They're just completely top dogs. Still, it looks like they got a dominant team. Midfield's nutty. You got Canada, though, that advances to the quarterfinals in their first Copa America appearance ever. So, hey, at least somebody in North America's doing right. We'll get to that in a moment further on. But yeah, Peru and Chile did not score a single goal in their entire group stage, so that is pretty disappointing for them. They will go back pretty sad, especially Peru, who is looking to probably destruct their roster that they have right now. Group B ended today, and it ended tragically for Mexico fans, but almost expectedly, as it's just really the darkest times of Mexico football right now. I mean, this team's it's a joke. Like, it's sad to see. Like, it's usually competitive, or like they're at least making like the U.S. team work, but like the U.S. has just completely had their way with them the last couple of times they've faced them. And then against teams they totally should be beating, especially in years past, they're not even trying to get a goal against. And they had a survival 78th minute game winner against Jamaica. Sure, our captain was injured, but like, it's just tragic at this point. Our coach is getting fired. We're going to be looking for another one. It's the same thing with Mexico every year, it seems like. So we can go on and on about that. But let's continue with Copa America coverage. That we got Venezuela being the top tier dogs. They will go and face Canada, and then you have Ecuador going against Argentina. Rough one for Ecuador, but their last two games they're looking pretty saucy, at least on the defensive side. We got Group C. That is where we have the United States. Really disappointing since we last talked. They had a game against Bolivia. We said, hey, a dub's a dub, but against Panama, they just looked like absolute joke. Tim Weah, absolutely idiotic red card. I mean, you can't smack a guy in the back of the head of a tournament that really is important for U.S. to go into the World Cup with. That was so. I just saw the replay. I was like, oh, did it like go? No, it was out open field. Tim Weah walks up and smacks the guy in the back of the head out of anger. I mean, you can't do it, especially in modern day where where all the refs are looking to give out red cards. You got one. He's suspended 2 games. Absolutely just bad all around for Weah. Really dragged down the U.S. team. Panama scored, got a win, and now U.S. has to beat Uruguay pretty much since Panama is facing a very depleting Bolivia team. They have to beat Uruguay, who has dominated so far Bolivia and had their way with Panama as well. So they're looking like, honestly, the winners. Uruguay's done really good. They just destroyed Bolivia, and now they got the U.S. left, and I doubt that they'll just be resting. So it's going to be a rough one. It's not looking good for U.S. and to have U.S. and Mexico both get grouped before they host the World Cup is pretty really rough look, honestly, especially for the U.S., who's ranked 11 in the FIFA rankings right now. They will fall very bad if they lose the next game. Then you got the final group in Group D, who is it's really competitive. It's going to come down. Honestly, the winner will be Colombia against Brazil. Brazil did not look good in their first game, but their second game, they honestly played a very great game against Paraguay. Vinny had 2 goals. They just really looked good all around in general. Allison had a good game. They gave up 1 goal, but 5-1. Hey, they're balling. It's looking really good on their side. I really like how Colombia's looking, though. Or I think Colombia won 5-1 against Costa Rica. Costa Rica got completely dismantled after having good defense against Brazil. Colombia's looking really solid. I'd say Colombia and Uruguay are looking like the 2 most really entertaining teams right now. But, yeah, in general, it's not looking good for U.S. and Mexico going to the World Cup, and that really sucks. Canada's at least doing something. It's not making North America completely look like a joke, I guess. But they're going to have Venezuela, who's on a hot streak, so that'll be a really rough matchup for them, especially how they looked against Argentina in the first game. But, yeah, I'm really excited, though. It's competitive. Everything, doesn't seem like there's one team that's, oh, yeah, they got it for sure. Spain's looking really good, but I think the Euros is also anybody's tournament, so it's a really fun time of year right now for these type of football, especially in the both locations. I think U.S. ticket price is kind of sucks. Not a lot of people are going to games, especially like the fans that are outside of the U.S., but it's whatever. And the Euros is crazy. If anyone's seen the sax guy in Germany, absolutely going nuts, playing all these sort of songs, like he's like the main character. You can look it up. But the saxophone guy in Germany, he's really crazy atmosphere in Germany. But I'm really excited to see how the rest of this kind of turns out, especially if Germany can go all the way this year, especially being the host. That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's really disappointing to see United States, obviously, and Mexico not doing so hot, and the Euros has been really exciting. Of course, Italia.
Mexico was expected, but the U.S. is really disappointing, being a ranked 11th team in the World Cup in 2 years.
Yeah, they actually play at Arrowhead Stadium tomorrow against Uruguay. So I was actually maybe thinking about getting tickets to that, but we'll have to wait and see. So, but we got that football out of the way here now with Mr. Howard, sir. Mr. P4 main man from way out west, the one, the only, the curls that get all the girls. How was your UFC 303 thoughts?
Chama.
His
All
walkout
right.
is so great.
Fucking dark magic is what it is.
Poor Jerry.
Check it out, fellers. UFC 303 live from Las Vegas. I guess technically Paradise, Nevada, United States. It's T-Mobile Arena. It was June 28th, 9th, which was yesterday. Let's start at the beginning of the card. Ricky Simone versus Vinicius Oliveira. Vinicius Oliveira hit a... I'm going to butcher the name. How do you say it, Nick?
Oliveira?
He hit a Rabono. He had a Rabona.
Oh, Rabona.
Rabona. He had a Rabona. He kicked the guy, between his legs. You've seen soccer players do it. It's crazy watching an MMA fight. BK kicked the shit out of Ricky Simone. Ricky might be done. Ray to Syria. I guess he had a pretty good fight against Carlos Hernandez. I wasn't paying too good attention. I guess
He was
friends.
his ringside was
Shinsuke
Shinsuke
Nakamura.
Nakamura, bruh. Yeah.
WWE guy. So
Shut up.
congrats to him. Andre Orlovsky, unfortunately
Aw, he
lost to Martin
lost.
Bidet. He has been fighting a while.
He has. It's like one of the
Michelle Watterson Gomez versus Jillian Robertson. That was an interesting fight. Peyton Talbot kind of beat the shit out of this guy. He may be the real deal, but we'll see what happens. He got a
You just
performance
gotta
of the
beat him
night,
with leg kicks, man.
congratulations.
That's how it is. You just gotta beat him with leg kicks.
Yeah, especially in the bantamweight. I'd like to see him against. Well, let's wait. But there's a couple guys. that
He's
he can
got
fight
some
next.
time, but he's coming. He's coming for the title.
Charles Jourdain versus Gene Silva. These Canadians kind of stink. Cub
Cubby.
Swanson versus Andre Fili.
That was a fun fight. Watching that back, that was a fun fight.
Cub Swanson, fight of the night. This was a crazy good fight. Feely had some really good moments towards the end of the fight, and I think, where was it? Oh no, it would have been this one. Yeah, because we still have not seen many knockouts with these new UFC gloves, and they're talking about pillow mitts. And Talbot, he had a body shot knockout. He didn't clock him, did he? What was his knockout? Was it an elbow?
He went for a leg kick, and I think Talbot lunged. I'm pretty sure he lunged and nailed him in the face on a leg kick.
Okay.
When the
Gene Silva was a
Giannis
head
would-
kick, maybe? Whatever.
yeah,
Possible pillow mitts. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Report back. You gotta come back. Subscribe for more. Hit the notification bell. Cub Swanson,
not Giant
congrats
Walker's
to him
good.
and Andre Fili. Joe Pfeiffer looked like a fucking stud. Congrats to him. We'll see. Is he not ranked in middleweight?
I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't hear
I mean,
much
I've
about him
always-
beforehand, but
He's had some good fights.
He
All right,
looked
lost to
good.
Hermanson.
okay.
He's beaten everybody
Okay, so
else.
Hermanson just took him down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he said he was gonna fight somebody else. Who'd he call out?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Either way.
Talbot got him pretty good. It was a left cross. It looked like.
Yep.
Mm.
I was thinking,
There
I
we
was
go.
like, I thought, yeah.
Congrats to Peyton. Marc Andre, he did not look very good. Then we got to the main card. Ian Machado Gary versus Michael Venom Page. Let's get your guys' thoughts first.
Yep. I got something to say first and foremost because I thought Ian Gary honestly did well adjusting to this, if I have to say something good about this. I thought he did pretty good adjusting to Michael Page because Page is just insane standing up. And you really just have to wrestle the guy to really have a dominant kind of stance on him. And Gary did good when he was doing that. He also got some good strikes on Page. But Venom Page is really good just standing up. But at the third round, I don't know. I could see it, but I really thought first instinct Gary did not win that third round. He was on Venom Page's back for like 75% of it. I didn't really think he did way too much for it, but at the end, Gary won it. I think it's a little bit debatable, but at the end, I do respect him making the adjustment to well-known dangerous guy like Venom Page.
Yeah, MVP. Like, I mean, he almost got choked out in the first round. Like, it was.
First round,
deep.
I will say Gary
It
did
was-
good.
it
Gary
was
won the
nuts.
first round for
And
sure.
then, I mean, yeah, for the second round, I don't know. I understand the technical difficulties and how hard it is to stand up. If you want to stand up, you can't stand up and fight MVP because you're gonna get your ass knocked out. Like, I understand that, but this fight just felt very, very, very kind of sloppy. Or like it was like. It just seemed like it was like kind of like a grabbing match. And I understand that's what you had to do with MVP. I was just hoping somebody was going to get slept. I thought Gary was coming out saying that he was going to try and sleep him, and MVP obviously was trying to sleep. So I thought maybe he would go a little bit, but I'm also probably just a spoiled fan that just wants to see knockouts. So
Yeah, me personally, one of the drawbacks that I see to MMA is the fights that you think are going to be really cool because they're two very creative fighters, I guess I would say. Not very orthodox, even though they're not dealing with stance, just kind of unorthodox in the way that they kind of move and the way that they strike and stuff. Like Sean O'Malley versus, I don't know, another kickboxer guy. But I think Aldo could be like an interesting fight just because from a striking perspective. But yeah, once you get that, like when you saw Holland is a very karate guy. He gives him his space. Where Machado goes, no, I'm going to be up in your grill. I'm not going to give you the space to do anything. So then it puts Venom Page in a corner in this weird spot because he's a guy who likes dealing with range. I need you this far away where I can hit you, you can't hit me. And Machado Gary wanted to play Rock'em Sock'em Robots and did a good job. Yeah, that's probably the right call on the. I don't have an argument with Machado getting that win. I don't know who he fights next, then though. Let's see.
Shoot. Who was talking about someone today?
Usman?
Welterweight. Ugh.
He's kind of looking for that next step up, isn't he?
I don't know. There's a lot of people that said they didn't like his performance fully, but I guess a dub is a dub, and I think his next step could be. Oh shoot! I got this message earlier.
Shavkat for number one
Yes,
contender.
yes, that's what I think. I think Shavkat would be the guy he needs to go up against. I
You
think
beat Shavkat, then you win.
if you're
Yeah.
if you're
'Cause
Shavkat,
Shavkat's fucking
everyone's
scary,
running
dude.
from Shavkat. There's so many people running. Not everyone, but so many people are running from Shavkat right now. I think
I'd run from
if you go
Shavkat,
up-
to be honest.
well, every normal human would run from Shavkat. But I think if he goes up against Ian Gary, that would be a match where if Gary can go and just really, because Shavkat can do anything. If you go and grapple with him, he can go and right back to the ground with you. But if if Gary can go and conquer Shavkat, I think Gary's for real in that case.
And he
Because they're a
gets
little
it.
skeptical in this one, but yeah.
All right, moving on. Myra Bueno Silva, who went 5 rounds for the
Rough
championship
cut.
belt against
That was a big cut.
Rackwell Pennington. She lost to Macy Chason. Performance of the night for Macy Chason did not make sense to me, mostly because I think Myra Bruno Silva was winning that fight, and she could have continued that fight. It was a doctor stoppage. She got cut.
Yeah.
She got cut bad.
Yeah.
She was in full guard on the bottom, and the fucking elbow came down and split her right away. She started bleeding. You could put your whole fucking thumb right above her eyebrow. It was bad. But the doctor ended up stopping it. So they couldn't stop the bleeding. Doctor stops it, and then they give her performance of the night. I would have liked to seen both of them, maybe a fight of the night, something kind of like that. I don't know about giving her 50 Gs just because she hit her on the right spot. It wasn't a knockout. It wasn't a clean knockout. It was a clean cut. It was a good shot, but it didn't end the fight, and it wouldn't have won her the fight either. Moving up the card, Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolezaj. Roman Dolezaj is funny as fuck. Do not forget about this guy, guys.
The dance thing was pretty fun.
He's so cool. He doesn't speak English that well. It's kind of like Khabib where you gotta listen to him, but he's got
he's
a
from
message,
Georgia.
and it's so funny. Anthony Smith looks like shit. That's
Yeah,
so funny
dude,
that he
he's
was
so.
all
he
the
was
way
like
up this
ranked
fight.
10th in the light heavyweight. It's like, come
He
on.
was so
Bro,
convinced
people-
that he could do like this Chael Sonnen, like CM Punk thing, where if I just call my shot enough, people will start to believe it. If I win this fight against this guy, oh no, actually this guy, oh no, actually this guy. Okay, now
Could
we're
you
scrambling to find a
imagine
guy.
if he went against Olberg, who like destroyed
Oh my God.
everything.
I honestly, that would be so funny. Feed him to Piera. Like, okay, here's your wish. Lock the cage behind him.
Dana's like, this is your send out to the UFC is Poet.
Where do you
I
want
think-
it? You get to pick location. Wherever you
Yeah.
want to die, pick it.
Like got him, Jamal Hill, loser leaves town.
Oh, Jesus, he's a clown, too. Roman Dolezaj, he's awesome, guys. Keep on watching him. Light heavyweight and middleweight. I'm ranked top 2 I'm ranked top 10 in 2 divisions. USA number 1. Georgia Soccer Club. All right, now to the co-main event of the evening. Diego Lopez versus. Do you have a drum roll thing on your?
I actually do have a drum roll thing. Let's get it going.
Diego Lopez, you are fighting. Dan Ige, who lives down the street. He's hanging out. He was getting a massage. He was fucking Dan Ige. He was pumping gas and he gets a call from Hunter. Yeah, I'm just around the corner. I'm on my way. 6 hours notice, take a UFC fight. of course, since Nevada State Athletic Commission, there's rules to this shit. They don't just rent out a fucking giant arena and then people show up. You gotta get all the shit in order. Paperwork has to be signed. Tests need to be done. So Diego Lopez had to re-weigh in. He had to weigh in 3 different times. Made weight 3 different times this weekend. We got a couple former wrestlers in this chat and in this podcast right now. Making weight is like a one-time thing, and like that's the whole thing. Like, okay, now I'm done. Now I get to do whatever. And if they came back to you an hour later and said, actually, can you weigh in again? It's like, no. It's not how this whole thing. Like this whole
I just cut down
program was
everything.
based on the.
I
fact.
just put all of the saliva out of my body before this. Drank 5 gallons of water after.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He ended up making weight. Was supposed to fight
Brian Ortega.
Brian Ortega first. Then the weight got changed. Then Ortega, day of, is sick, which I don't really get because he was really talkative during the
I mean,
whatever.
that dude fought on like a freaking sprained ankle. I mean,
He must
I'm
have
not
ate
giving
something
Ortega
weird.
the bitch thing. Yeah, he's not no bitch. Like something
He had to
happened
eat
to
something,
him.
like got
Shouldn't be having
food
those
poisoning
They're gonna-
or something.
Yeah, I think they'll go at it again in the future. But yeah, something had to happen where he just
That'd be
literally
fire.
could not.
Nick
do it.
Howard and I will be reporting live from Dudes in Sports at the Sphere, UFC 306. Tickets are $3,400.
And then after that, we will be homeless
Yeah, donate to us via super chat.
in debt forever.
So, congrats to Dan Ige and Diego Lopez. Neither of them got a bonus, even though that was by far the best fight of the night.
Yeah.
And Dano had a
And
conversation with
Dan
like 3 minutes
Ige
after the fight.
fucking showed up on a one-day, couple-hour notice. And Diego Lopez fucking made weight 3 times. And Dana said, thank you for all you've done. Oh, you said you want to fight at the Sphere? I can do that. Dana, what about the whole, like, money thing? Yeah.
50K, 50K. And
I
Dana's
still-
just
yeah.
throwing out the finger.
I still have you guys signed for a fucking 20 and 20 deal.
Yeah.
All right, main event of the evening: Alex Pieta versus Yuri Prohaska. Yuri Prohaska, MMA guru. Shout out MMA guru. But is the UFC like kind of shitty? I get it's like fun to watch 2 guys like go at it. But if this guy could just come in and just make shit happen and like not even really make it look hard,
Java.
like are we just fucking around? Are
You
we
gotta
just like
keep giving them better and better. I mean, make
ants
it
in
more
the toy
difficult.
box in the sandbox, and we have no idea how deep this goes?
I guess that's just the journey of it. That's just kind of like combat
Yeah,
sports,
I
where
don't
like motherfuckers are just
He should fight
dominant.
Anthony
God,
Smith
you
to
gotta
see if
hope
he can
someone beats
contend
him.
it.
It was kind of cool when Khabib kind of retired because he had like this whole story, like there was a whole Khabib Dagestani lore with it. But like this guy, the Brazilians have already kind of been the best, and now they're like, oh, you just take a Brazilian and make him learn kickboxing because they've already had so many generations of BJJ. It's in their blood at this point. It's in their genetic code to just deny takedowns from no matter who, even Chechnyan guys who think they're fucking samurais. Who, I don't know. Yuri Prohaska has to be autistic, or it's black magic. I don't know. But that guy was in a trance. First of all, he got
The
knocked
first
out in the
round.
first round.
Yeah, the first
Couldn't
round he got
protect
knocked
himself.
out.
Then he thought the fight wasn't over. And then, let me see if I can find the clip. The clip of him after he got stood back up, and then
He's
he
like
made eye
walking,
contact with Alex. Oh my goodness.
Just YouTube it, I think. Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it not gonna let me
Not
search?
Prochaska's page.
Oh, god damn it.
Here, click that YouTube and you'll probably be able to
Yeah,
find
I
it.
just like seeing him literally just get doinked.
Dude, Sports,
Bad.
like and
Dude,
subscribe.
Sports.
You're not even subscribed. You're not even subscribed to our
signed
own
in on this
channel.
account. I'm not
You're
signed in.
Oh,
Hey, he's
shit.
not signed in. Very fair. There's no
I'm not
signing.
signing in.
There's no signing in. It's
Oh,
all right.
shit.
That's the only way you shouldn't be subscribed.
no free ads. No
is
free
if
ads.
you
No
ain't
free
signed
ads. No
in.
free ads.
If you ain't signed in, then that's the only way you should be unsubscribed to do.
You should sign in every time you should subscribe every time you sign in.
Make an account
a
if
different
you
account.
haven't signed in at all. Just join the ride.
God, it was so quick. This is absolutely ridiculous.
It was over.
I don't even know how we can play this.
I couldn't even see it. I lost like connection like a little bit halfway through the fights, and I had to see the highlights. But yeah.
Bah!
Oh my
Right away.
gosh.
And then Herb's like, "Oh, he's
Herb.
not knocked out, bro. He's
Oh
still
my
going.
God.
He's still protecting
Poor guy.
himself."
Now check out, like, just watch. Hey, he's like trying to help him out. Now this is the important part. Look, they make eye contact there, and he falls again. They make eye contact. That's the black magic. Look at this. There's a exact moment right here.
It's just the aura. As they say now.
He's
Dude,
looking.
he is just
It's like his body couldn't.
I mean, he literally got like socked
He got
dozens of
smoked.
times
Rough.
after he got nailed.
And you
with
know
a
what?
kick.
Yuri's a
It's a
good
crazy
fucking
thing.
fighter.
Well, it's
He's
hard.
like
Think
the
about all
best
the-
we have in light
Think-
heavyweight.
His last fight,
Think
he
about-
was solid.
Think
He's
about that one guy
incredible,
that
actually. He's like my. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be a good fight.
Only
Like this is
guy
the
I
two
can-
titans in light heavyweight.
only
He's gonna
guy
go.
in light
He's gonna
heavyweight
smoke
I can
Tom
think of-
Aspinall. He's gonna smoke John Jones, and he's gonna retire. And he's gonna
I
be
don't
like,
think
I'm actually the
Tom
number one
Aspinall is
ever.
going to be a way tougher fight.
We'll
than
see.
everyone thinks that. I think because
Okay, but
I'd like
who-
to see him go up and go face Volkov.
You can't
That'd be
ever
fun.
bet against him
And
ever
then
again.
That would go. Sure, I think he could be a favorite against. I mean, it would be really tough though against Aspinall. I think he would be the like favorite and everything, but I think
Does he beat
it'd be a
Sergey?
lot easier said
Sergey
than done.
Pavlovich?
Yeah. I
Does
don't
he
know.
beat
I
Derek
mean,
Lewis?
He's.
I want to see him versus Derek Lewis so bad.
Oh my
I want
gosh.
to see.
I'd like to see
I,
him
I'm just a
Volkov.
Derek
That'd be
Lewis
fun.
homer, but I think Derek Lewis should be. I think they should make a
I think
new
the
division.
last,
It's
the
called,
last
like,
fight
extra
he has
super
is
heavyweight.
against Ankalev. Ankalev's too hot, but if you take
Ankalaev?
Ankalev,
No, I don't-
Ankalaev,
no, he's
yeah,
shitty.
excuse me. But I mean, he's got all these wins. If you're gonna give it to somebody who's really hot, but that's the last guy who's got any steam in the light heavyweight right now, like big time for Peloton.
All right,
But
let's
if
think.
Ankalaev is not good,
Let's get Dana in the chat. Dana, new title contention for heavyweight. Derek Lewis, 3-round fight. Everyone has to do that before they can fight in the heavyweight championship. Every single. That's your little make it to. We get Derek some fights, and we get to prove. You got to fraud
Make
check them before they
Derek
get there.
Lewis the
Because now with
gatekeeper.
heavyweight and light heavyweight, it's a joke. We're getting all these Russians up here. We're getting Yuri Prohaskas. We're getting Jamal Hills. Jamal Hill has his whole ego based around the fact that he beat a whole bunch of guys who we're now finding out were just shit. All these guys are shit.
yeah.
Like, who was the last good light heavyweight? John Jones. Okay, well, other than that, you're
That
like, Jan? No, maybe not. Anderson Silva? Okay, he was a better middleweight. Lyoto Machida? Fucking, okay, cool. Lyoto Machida, when did he retire? 2012?
A lot of people are better middleweights that like tried coming up into light heavyweight and just like could not. The light heavyweight has not had
Izzy
any
got
steam
fucked by
since
Jan Blachowicz,
John
and then
Jones.
Blachowicz got smoked by fucking
Yeah.
Glover. And then
Yep.
Glover got smoked by everybody. And then Prohaska comes in and then destroys all them. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah, since Jones was really beasting in light heavyweight, I feel like it hasn't had any like really true firepower steam and stuff where it was like super competitive. But we'll see. I like Olberg. Olberg's really up and coming guy. I don't think he's Peloton ready. I'm not saying that, but I think he's a good guy that he can be in the top 5. He's a good prospect right now for them, kind of see what his run is. But at the moment, I think for Peloton that's
Don't say anything about my
Don't
girl,
be
Tracy
going
Cortez,
through.
Kyle.
Dude, I thought that was sketch
Yeah.
on the left-hand
Rose
side, bro.
Namajunas.
That's
Oh,
Rose
Rose.
Namajunas. That's
Namajunas.
Thug Rose, bro.
Thug Rose. You chill
Dude.
out.
If you put glasses on her, that's sketch. It's sketch.
Kyle is we'd let a middle schooler into this podcast. Kyle is every local.
I'm reaching all.
favorite.
I'm reaching the entire
July 13th.
demographic.
We don't even
bro.
have fights next week.
No fights next week.
Then the next week is ladies' main event, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's cool that we're
Rose.
doing that. Then another ladies' main event.
So,
That's who.
Apex.
Her eye is looking
Hey. We don't roast looks. We're not
I'm not roasting looks. I'm
looks.
roasting her eyes.
Kyle, I didn't know you were fighting.
How she looks.
No ho
Wow.
choi.
As
It's not how
the
she
host,
looks. It's
which
how
one
she
am I?
looks.
How she looks, because she can see two different angles. That may be a.
Ben Edwards.
Hey, you want to talk about someone
that
that
looks
looks
at
at
two
two
Edwards!
different angles? You want to look at
We'll
someone
get
that
into
talks
that.
about
We'll
two
get
different
into that
angles?
later.
Look at.
All right, Mr. K. Stelzer, do you have
Yeah,
our
let's talk
MLB
about
stuff?
Bilal.
We're gonna do our MLB kind of stuff, and then we are going to get to
yeah.
the best segment at the very end of the night.
I'll run through really quick for the MLB stuff, and then we have a small little thing to do, a little draft. It's gonna be really quick and fast. I'll tell you guys about it. I've already told PC, but we'll do it later.
I don't know.
It'll be really quick, but it'll be funny. We can put it on everything we have. All right, let's run through the week of sports ball, baseball. Start off with the top. I guess. All right, the Orioles had a 4-2 week. Nothing goes wrong for this team. They're doing fantastic. Gunnar Henderson's playing like the greatest player of all time. Nothing you can do. Their whole entire team is stacked. They're gonna have what, 3 players starting for them in the All-Star game? Something ridiculous. O's went 4-2 this week. Congratulations to the O's. You guys are going to go to the playoffs and hopefully win the World Series if you have a shot. The Yanks, 2-4 this week. Had a little slide. Mets beat them. Yay, Mets. Stroman gets mad at Gabriel Torres like
You're
an
racist.
idiot he
You're
is.
racist.
Red Sox went 2-3 this week. They're fighting for a 7th place spot in the playoffs position for the American League. Don't know what to do with this team. The Rays went 4-2. They're trying to battle for a playoff spot. I think they're 3.5. Nope, they're 4.5 games back right now of 7th place. Cleveland went 3-4. They had a pretty good series against the O's, and then the Royals told them to stop playing ball. Royals took 3 out of 4 against them at the 4-game series at home. Twins are 4-2, man. The Twins are playing really good ball right now. Royce Lewis. Every time I look on Twitter, I feel like I see a Royce Lewis home run. We'll see how far that takes them into the year. They're trying to fight off KC right now for the 2nd place spot in the AL Central and the 2nd place spot in the AL wildcard standings. Royals went 5-2 this week. They had a good week after playing 13 games in a row, which is just bananas. They had a pretty bad stretch. They were 8-12 in the month of June, really bad, and then they came back and beat the what are right now the league AL leading Cleveland Guardians. The Tigers are dead. They tried, they failed. Their starters are basically throwing up great innings, but their offense can't do anything. The White Sox went 3-4. They're just there at this point. The Mariners went 2-4 this week, but that doesn't really matter because the Mariners are just kind of in their own little position. The entire rest of the AL West just kind of stinks. They're what? Oh, they're only 3.5 games up against Houston. We'll talk about Houston here soon. Yeah, Houston had 4-1. They're actually 3.5 games back in the AL wildcard standings. The Stros are coming back. They're climbing. The Rangers went 1-6 after they posted on their Twitter page the boys are playing some ball. The Royals thing that they have going on, which I think is a little silly, but whatever. They went 1-6. They had a really bad week. Who had a good week though was the Angels. They went 6-1, but it doesn't matter. They're trading everybody. And the A's went 1-5. They stink. Let's go to the National League. The Phillies went 4-3. They keep doing their thing. The Braves are 3-4. I don't really care about the Braves. The Mets went 3-2. They lost 2 games in a row. Grimace is trying his best to keep that team alive. The Mets, I
Mark
believe, are.
Vientos, maybe the best player in baseball, and if he's not, it's because it's Francisco Alvarez. No,
The Mets are two games back out of the wild card standings. They're trying to make it in. The Washington Nationals had a really bad week. They went 1-5. It is Jover for them. The Finns went 3-4. They're having a good week, but it doesn't really matter. They're still trading a lot of their players. And who do I have down here? The Braves are 5-1. They have 50 wins. I don't know why. I don't know how, but they're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs like they always do. The Cardinals are 4-3. They're fighting. I'll have something to say about the Cardinals that may or may not make Nick happy or upset. The Pirates are. They went 3-3 this week. They're dysfunctional. They have really good pitching, and that's about it. Brian Reynolds had a 25-game hit streak, which is crazy. It got snapped today. The Reds are 3-4. Their consistency stinks. They were $100 million payroll this offseason, and they are just not good. The Cubs are 2-5. They're dead, which they should be. Dodgers went 4-2. The Giants still have their number. The Dodgers are in good place. San Diego went 5-1 this week. Pretty good for them if they want to have a good amount of comfort in that wild card standing. D-backs went 3-4. I don't know what to do with this team. They're only 2.5 games back behind the Cardinals in the wild card standings. San Francisco went 5-2. They're 3 games back in the wild card standings, and the Rockies went 1-4. The Rockies suck. I think they have the worst. Nope, they're the second worst team in baseball. And that's the rundown. Cleveland's on top in the AL with the Baltimore Orioles and Seattle Mariners up there. New York Twins, Kansas City is in the wild, really bad expected win-loss record last year, and they went to the World Series. But the St. Louis Cardinals have won 6 games that they were expected not to win. They have the highest difference of games actually won and games they were expected to win, which is 6, tied with the Rays. But that doesn't really matter because expected win-loss records don't count as real records. So let's talk a little bit about the Mets, the Cards, maybe the Royals if we want to say anything. P4, what do you have about the Mets right now? What about Grimace?
We're good. We're doing pretty good. This is about where I stood last time we talked, I believe, too. I'm still in kind of limbo. Do we trade Pete? Do we keep Pete? I know probably the Royals want Pete. The Mariners want Pete. The Astros probably want Pete.
Everyone wants Pete. Everyone wants Pete.
So we'll see what we do with that. You got to sign him or trade him. We're not letting him walk. That's not a fucking option.
It's a tough decision. It's a position that no GM wants to be in, especially with a fan base like that.
But we'll see.
don't
know,
We're playing hot. We got a lot of young
I
kids.
think that's
coming
how
up.
I don't know. I think that's just how mediocre teams stay mediocre teams, by just signing those kind of guys. It's like when everyone was wanting Joe Kelly. I was like, yeah, fucking, we gonna keep
Joe Kelly's
Kelly.
not even on the same planet as
I
Alonso.
know. Well, at the time, it was like a rookie, but I think Pete Alonso's a very inconsistent bat. 240 guys that I don't know. He's got a little bit of
Yeah,
bite,
What's he
but it's
slugging?
gonna be so much money, and he's
What's
a
he
forest
slugging?
guy. That what?
What's he slugging? Or what's
He's
his
0 for
OPS?
5 in, like, frickin' dude. You're naming things. He frickin' strikes out. Mets fans don't like him. He's the reliability like McNeil. Like, no
474, but he's
people
only
want. He's a
batting
bat fuck,
245.
dude. He got struck out by a guy who was dog shit this past week that I saw on the Astros a couple days ago, actually. That one.
Would you
guy
take
from
him or
Dominican.
would you take Stroh or would you take him or Vinny Pasquantino? I was gonna say Paul Goldschmidt, but that would be a stupid take.
I mean, yeah, go.
Vinny Pasquantino's
No,
doing
I mean
well.
he's like a top 10 first baseman in baseball, but I get what Nick Howard is saying.
Like,
he's
I'm just
not that guy who's gonna
You don't want to be a
take
prisoner
you
of
to
the
the next
moment.
level.
You,
He's
There
got to
we
be
go.
your
I'm
like
more-
third option, but he's gonna
if you're
get
gonna
paid
give
like
him
a
a
first.
bank plus a Boris guy, you gotta just expect that it could be some bullshit.
But here's the
along
thing:
way,
is that
and I
this is
think-
baseball, right? This isn't basketball. There's no hard cap here. It's not like we're trading for fucking some giant max contract that no one wanted anyway. We're not going to sign Paul George to some $50 million deal. We got other money. We can realistically sign him and sign Soto.
And then you're gonna pay the Royals more money again. Anyways,
Good.
Nick,
so you
let's
have
go.
shit to talk about at the podcast. Jesus, you already can't fucking fumble out a sentence.
Nick, what about the Cardinals are you liking right now? 43-40.
Well, the Cardinals right now are really, I don't know, they're wishy-washy in my opinion, because they look good in some days, and then some days when I watch them, I'm like, yep, this is the Cardinals. And I really think that, I don't know, The Cardinals right now, the pitching's going well. Sonny Gray's been a great signing. Like, I thought he was going to be. I don't understand why there are people that were like, oh, he's old, he's all this. I know he's like former third running in Cy Young, but blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Sonny Gray, he's going to be good. The rest of the team is what kind of counted. Nolan Arenado has been a little let down. He's having a good run lately, but I mean, I don't know. I still think if we just really stink, I don't think it would be terrible to trade him and try and get something. But I think we're doing too good right now to really sell. So I think
A lot
if
happens
we
after
just,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I think we
A
shouldn't do
lot can
too
happen.
much. But I think if we can go, we have enough prospects right now. I think if we get a couple pitching prospects, maybe for some bat and some life and consistency in that lineup, because there's a lot of days where it's just hitless batters all around. Burleson is just really boosting up his trade value. Honestly, I'm not a Burleson guy, but he hasn't been doing too bad lately. Mason Wynn's a dog, and I'd like to see where he goes in the next stage. Herrera's hurt right now, so we got Pedro Payis, who honestly had a decent game today. I think he went 3 for 4 today. And the Cardinals aren't doing too bad. They're finding ways to win, but I don't think that they're good for the long run. And I kind of think that if we continue what we're doing right now, especially after giving our manager that's just not getting us to the next level more money, I think we're going to be on the same line as I was talking to P4 of mediocrity. And I think that's why I was really just ranting, because I was relating as a Cardinals fan that it's just going to be a line of suck for a while. And I don't know. I'd like to see some change with the Cardinals. I really hope that maybe a decent season and a potential wild card playoff appearance maybe makes us look like a team that people want to sign for again. Like the top teams, like Nolan Arenado and stuff. Like, I don't know. We just look like a team that a lot of people don't think is a desirable destination. And I really hope that changes, but we'll have to see how it goes in the future. Cardinals are the Cardinals, so anything can happen.
Cardinals are the Cardinals. PC, did you see anything from the Royals this week? What'd you like? Did you watch
I like
anything?
Seth Lugo. Their
I like him
pitching's
too.
doing pretty good. They hit a slump for a little while, but they seem to be doing a little bit better. I don't know. I'm happy as a fan. I mean, they've been so bad for so long. Like, they're giving me a winning season right now. Like, I can't complain. Like,
Nope.
I'm happy. They're in contention. Not much more I can ask for.
Yeah, that about sums it up. Can't really say much about them. PC, what's your 6 out of 10? What do you think the Royals are going to do playoff wise? 10 being they're going to make it for sure. 1 being that it's not going to happen. And I'll do this with the Cards and
Say
Mets
a
too.
6 out of 10, and then say 10 and a 1.
He meant 1 out of 10, but yeah.
Like a 10 being the high. Sorry, I don't know why I said 6 out of 10. I think I was trying to give an example.
Yeah. I'm sitting at probably a 6. I think 6.5, 7. They're doing, like, to make the playoffs. I think they've got a good shot. Who knows what it's going to look like here in July and August, because they could really, lose a lot of shit. So,
Yeah.
but I think right now they look like that they have at least a shot to make it, where it's a little bit better than maybe some of the other teams in the AL.
Yep. Nick Howard, what's your number you're giving the Cardinals to make the playoffs?
I mean, we're in a good spot right now, I guess. Gosh, the
Just
the
not.
fact that like the Cardinals, the Padres, and the Mets, like they're all battling for a wild card amongst the teams battling for a wild card spot right now. And it's like the Padres don't know if they want to be over 500 or under 500, and they're like top amongst teams that are like in playoff consideration, and it's like, what in the world is that? So I think unless one or a couple of teams in the NL turns up a big notch in the second half, going into the second half of the year, I think it's anybody's game. And I think the Cardinals, the way they're playing right now, they got a great chance. Do I think they're going to have a good run in the playoffs? Not really. I mean, I think we don't have a team that's structured enough to go a bunch of games, especially offensively. But I think that they can at least make the playoffs, especially if the NL is just going to be a tornado, basically, to get to the finish.
P4, what's your number you're giving the Mets playoff chances out of 10?
4.
4. It's not bad. I have 4.
I honestly thought a little higher, you know? I
4.
think NL's chaotic enough, anything can happen. Kind of like
I just don't see any other teams that are just gonna just get there. Maybe the Diamondbacks just hit another level. I just don't see any other teams doing it. Okay. Way to talk about our teams. We'll probably all either be out of the playoffs by the first round or not in the playoffs for all of our
Giants,
teams.
actually. The Giants aren't doing too bad.
They're 3 games back. See,
They're
the
not
Giants
doing
are
too bad, and they
the
keep
Giants.
it wrong
The
with
Giants remind me of
them.
They remind me of the Rays. They'll win a lot. They'll win some good games, and then they'll just start going on. I don't know, on a losing streak. It's
They don't have
I mean,
Kemper
they're-
anymore, so who knows?
maybe. I mean, their pitching staff's okay. It's not the worst, but okay, fellas. Here's the draft situation we got. We are making a baseball team without baseball players. Doesn't that sound lovely?
Some
I told PC
psychological thriller shit.
I did have something that was non-MLB players, but then we were going to be talking about KBO players and stuff like that. So basically, you're going to pick a player for this position, and we're going to build the best baseball team that doesn't have any baseball players on it. Who we think would be the best baseball team that has nobody playing current baseball. And we cannot pick anybody who was drafted
So it
in the
can't be
MLB draft.
Kyler.
So no Patrick Mahomes, no Kyler. Can't pick Kaepernick.
Nice.
And we will start
Uh,
off with the main man of Way Out West. You can go any position you want to. And you can pick anyone. You can pick Lightning McQueen if you want to. NBA, NFL, hockey, golf.
Lightning McQueen.
P4, you are first. You got the first pick of...
God, this is tough, man. Fuck, there's so many places you can go. Just thinking from my own past experience, do we have a DH?
Yeah, we do.
My
Down low.
DH is Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong as the DH. Yep.
Yeah, I think he's
Super
a monster.
Sluggers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get much better than Donkey Kong at DH. Donkey Kong is our DH. All right, Nick Howard, you're up next.
Oh shoot. Okay. All right. So for our I'd say for our starting pitcher, I'm gonna go ahead and go probably like the Incredible Hulk. Because that dude, like, he can throw cars and stuff, like, insanely far. So, like, imagine just, like, heaters from the Hulk. Actually, you know what? I changed my I'm changing my mind position. Make that outfielder. He can
Outfielder.
make a bomb. He can hit bombs.
Yeah, he can
and-
jump too, bro.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
and
think-
jump. Dude, he can rob homers. Dude, he would be nutty.
You want him to be outfield right here.
He'd be like Yoenis Cespedes on, like, the meanest steroids possible.
Yeah, baby Hulk.
Baby Hulk. Yeah.
All right, PC, you're next.
So he doesn't destroy anybody.
Let's get some speed on the other side of the outfield. I'm gonna take Dash from The Incredibles to be our leadoff hitter, our speedster, the guy we need to get to second base. Is gonna be Dash of The Incredibles.
Dash, you want him in the outfield or center field?
Put him in center.
Center field.
Yeah, no way you
You
could have
go
a
dash.
non-speedster.
Because he can run all over the field. Doesn't matter. He's gonna be lights out.
Third base, first base. Who am I gonna? I'm gonna go with the normal person, and I'm gonna put I'm put LeBron
Kevin
James
Costner.
at catcher.
Oh.
No, bro.
No, you took my next pick. My catcher was gonna be Kyle Stelting.
No, it was not. We got.
We
I want
losing.
LeBron at catcher, bro, because I don't know if he's gonna hit.
He's a lefty. He could play first.
Is he actually left? No, he's not.
So
He
let's
shoots with his right.
6'6", we're using him 6'6" behind home.
Yeah.
We
Put
need
him
a
at
game
first.
manager, bro.
We need that frame. He's
We
got to
need
be
a
play
dude.
first.
We ain't a big dude.
You
Not
want him
everybody
at
can be
first?
MJ Melendez.
No, bro. Stop that right now, bro. Don't even.
That's the only
bring his
reason
name.
Kyle wants skinny catchers. Kyle said bring back skinny catchers 2024.
All right. PC or P4, you're up next.
I want a chimpanzee at second base.
He's an unevolved. It's an unevolved
You
human.
should be just do
Can't,
Caesar.
not even full.
Strictly bald, dude.
Caesar.
All
Caesar.
aura,
Caesar.
all
Caesar
aura
from
and bald.
King of the Planet of the Apes.
The orangutan that Ryan Garcia was singing to.
Caesar.
See, he's.
All right, Nick Howard, you're up next.
Let's see. For
Third base, shortstop,
hmm.
outfield catchers, starting pitcher, closer, DH. Or what our DH is there?
I think for shortstop we can go ahead and put. Oh, actually no. For outfield, put Willie Mays Hayes out there. We gotta put Willie Mays Hayes in the outfield. Wesley
Oh, I gotta find
Snipes.
it.
Willie Mays
Wes.
Hayes.
I like Willie. Willie in the outfield. Yeah. All right, PC, you're up next. We have a shortstop.
Yeah.
We have catcher, starting pitcher, and closer.
I'm gonna go to. Let's do. Fuck. Let's do the Wild Thing for closer.
Wild thing.
Same movie, I know, but you know, one of the most legendary walkouts to end the game.
Wild thing.
Frickin' what? God man, what the damn?
Charlie
Charlie
Sh-
Sheen.
uh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wild thing.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. I think I know who my catcher is gonna be. It'll be a surprise. Ho 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 ho. See, we were talking about wanting a catcher. I got my perfect catcher. It's gonna be Mr. Guido from Cars. Just he's locked in. He's quick with it, and he just doesn't let
Back
anything
off.
get by him. I love him. Need Guido there. And then we have a starting pitcher for you can do starting pitcher and our manager. Or our manager. 'Cause everything.
about
Or a
third
shortstop.
base?
You don't,
Third base too.
third base and shortstop. Third base, shortstop.
Hmm.
Starting pitcher.
Hmm.
This is a life-altering decision here.
Yeah.
Is
You have the wrong choice. We lose to the damn Goomba squad.
Yeah.
I want Rex
that.
Ryan to be our manager.
No. We're gonna get to the conference finals and the frickin' Toads are gonna wax us.
A
Let's go
toad.
get a goddamn snack.
Rex Ryan, the manager. Rex Ryan, our
I love
manager.
how we said, oh man.
All right, now we have Nick Howard, shortstop or third base.
Shortstop or third base? Shoot. Let's see. Shortstop, I'm gonna go with the fictional character I was actually talking about, my cousin today. I feel like kind of that dynamic, speedy guy, but at the same time doesn't have to cover weight. I mean, covers a lot of distance, but doesn't have to throw away too much. Let's go ahead and put Speedy Gonzalez in there. I think he would be a phenomenal shortstop that can cover a lot of range.
You did, yeah. You get him
Typical Latino baller.
right from the international draft, man. It was a steal.
It is a complete
It-
steal.
I mean, you got, people were saying he was too small,
They call it the
You know.
size too short. Never doubt
but
Speedy.
he was there.
He was
All right, PC, you have the last pick for third base.
Man. Third baseman. Let's go with. Let's go with the Slender Man at third base. Be able to have those
Slender.
all arms out. Be able to rob people going, trying to hit it down the line. Gives
Slender
us
Man.
that athletic ability to be able to turn double plays. You can almost just like
No.
toss the ball over.
Where did we pick him up from? Did we get him from?
Boyd.
Where did we get him from? What draft? We got to get a GM. I'm going to put a GM in. Pretty easy decision here. I'm gonna
Brad
actually
Pitt
pick two.
himself.
Matthew
No,
McConaughey.
bro. We're
Jonah
no,
Hill
dude,
from
we're-
War Dogs.
Kevin
McLovin.
Draft day.
No, dude.
But
We're going to go with our
baseball.
smart pick, Doc Hudson,
Doc
as our
Hudson.
GM.
What the fuck? Kyle is a Disney adult. It could be
We got
Lightning McQueen,
cars.
but I'm just gonna pick all the secondary characters
No.
to show my
have-
depth.
We have
knowledge.
I don't
LeBron
think we have
James
a
at first base.
I think we have a
Second
starting
base,
pitcher.
Caesar. Third.
Whoa.
We don't. Wow. That means P4 gets the starting pitcher.
I thought we skipped that starter.
That's what I thought too.
What? Oh, I
We
gotta
throw
give him
shit
one for
hard.
this one. I thought we.
What if we. Yeah.
Jameis Winston.
Okay.
Wait.
Wait, he got
Play in the
drafted.
MLB?
He got
He
drafted. He got drafted. I
Fuck.
think so. Wait, hold on. Let me look.
I know.
Wait.
I know it. You know, I know it.
Yeah, he
Jameis
he
himself
got.
told me. No, dude, he was a baller in college, bro.
Yeah, he
There's
was
no
an
way he
actual
did
ball
it.
player in college, I believe.
There's no way he did it.
For a
Dude. He was
little
a
bit.
stud. Oh, that would
I'm
be sick.
pretty sure he got drafted. I think I had him on a
There's
list for
no
being
way,
drafted.
unless he like was on a list not to get drafted. That dude was a stud. That would have been a solid pick. Let's just get one pass. One pass. Put Jameis himself in
Jameis Winston was drafted by the Texas Rangers in the 15th round of the 2012 MLB draft.
I just looked it up. So was Johnny Manziel.
there.
We're
What
gonna.
el- You know what? I got it.
He's
Brock
got it.
Lesnar's daughter.
Oh, the shot putter.
Knuckleballer.
Knuckle baller.
Insane. And I'll probably make an edit. We could.
Puts it on the.
Oh, yeah.
You pulled that up so incredibly quick. Did you have that tab open already?
No, I didn't. We got LeBron James first base, Caesar second. Slenderman is at third base. Oh, I should do this normally. Starting first base. LeBron James. And he does the baby powder. Kaiser.
And it
Third
gets
base,
on
Slenderman.
Caesar's face.
Shortstop, Speedy Gonzalez. Center field, we have Dash, Parr. Outfield, we have the Incredible Hulk.
Is that his
Starting
last
at right
name?
field,
I didn't know he had.
Yeah.
Parr. We have
Oh.
Willie Mays Hayes starting right field. Our catcher, Guido Zip Zip. Our starting pitcher on the mound. What's her name?
Lauren, Lisa, I don't know.
Brock Lesnar. Maya.
Maya
Maya Lesnar. Closer. Wild Thing. Forgot his actual name. Our DH is Donkey Kong. Our manager, the skipper, Rex Hudler. No, not Rex Hudler. Oh, gosh. No, not Rex Hudler. Rex Ryan. And then our general manager, the man up top, is Doc Hudson. I love it. I love
We
it.
got a bunch of cars.
Just a bunch of cars throwing. All right. Smarter Dumb time.
All right,
This
we're
is-
at
this is
that
brand-
time. Brand new season coming at you live from the Dudes and Sports Podcast. Your favorite time is here as always. Here is your scoreboard coming right now. As you can tell now, I am now involved in the Smarter Dumb, and Mr. Howard has now moved.
He's also in charge of the AI generations, if you guys can't tell.
I'm pretty expertise with that. You know, it's my own creations. I didn't just chat GBT anything.
No, make him more
You-
buff.
you
No, make him more buff.
I was trying to make him as buff as I could. It's an actual representation of me. I just put a picture
PC
in.
if he was Jason Statham.
Jesus. But, Mr. Howard, sir, you can explain the rules to everybody, and we'll just kind of play along.
Yeah, shoot. I guess carrying on from the last time, we got 5 questions that I'm going over with the boys. We're going through 5 rounds here, as you see. And we're going to see if the boys can guess it. I got some questions that I think a couple of them get it easy going here to start off, but then the rest of the way it should be interesting. This season's going to be pretty interesting for the rest of the way. I'll get pretty heavy on it seems like the sports today, but we'll go more and more, maybe a little mix into pop culture and stuff like we did last time. But we'll see what we got. I'm just gonna go ahead and see. We got thing. We're gonna go ahead for what we did last time. 15 seconds.
Yeah.
20 seconds?
No, we did 20 seconds.
20 seconds?
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Okay. We're going 20 seconds after asking a question. They got 20 seconds to write down on a board or a piece of paper that they got their answer, and if they guess right, they will go ahead and get a point, and if not, then they will be behind the rest or with another person, aka maybe anybody else. Let's see what we got here. We got our contestants, PC, who was
Hello.
former host. We got P4, who was second runner-up. Pretty good competition, especially the last time. He was ahead going into the last part.
Oh, why are we bringing all this
And-
up?
Hey, I'm just saying. Second's not bad. You could be. You're the betting favorite right now that I'm host. Okay, let's put it that way. You are the king, and we got underdog, aka the loser of last season, Mr. K Stelt himself. And we're gonna see if he maybe bounces back and goes all the way over. But yeah,
No, I don't.
as we
No, I
go
don't.
on to now this game, we're gonna start off here. I
That's
got
a
my
lie.
questions ready. Do
I'm
the boys
bummed.
have their boards ready?
We got him. I got mine ready.
Boards are ready. Let's go ahead and get the first question underway. 20 seconds are soon to be on. Let me reset here. All right. So the first question I have, since the NHL draft was this past week, we got some expansion. I guess Utah is now the team over Arizona. Before that, we had the Kraken joining from Seattle. We obviously know that. Who was the most recent team to join the NHL expansion-wise before the Kraken? 20 seconds. And 2, 1. Time is up. Let's see the answers. We
Oh,
got Ducks. Nope. Las Vegas Golden Knights and the Vegas Golden Knights. So PC is the one with no point after the first round for what was one of my layup questions.
What was the team before the Golden Knights? Do we know that one?
I had not a clue.
That would be Vancouver?
It might have been Vancouver.
Or not Vancouver. Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg I'm thinking of. Excuse me.
I was like, it was a Canada
much
team. I knew that.
Yeah, Winnipeg, I believe, was the last one. I thought I heard California. No, I think it was Winnipeg. But yeah, Las Vegas. All right. So, moving on. We're going to go ahead here with the second one. For second question, we had the NBA draft as well, simultaneously this past week. And we got to see what went on. We got to go through draft picks past years. For this one, this is an interesting one that I had. I watched this one really closely and remember it. It was a very popular draft, but who was the first pick of the 2017 NBA draft? 20 seconds. First pick of the 2017 NBA draft. About time for college basketball, 2016 through 2017.
Dude.
Give it a little more time and stop.
I got
All
this
right,
wrong.
down
I'm
and
wrong.
turn over your boards. Let's see what we got here.
That should have been Fultz, yeah.
Folds Okafor. What? Kyle, what does yours say?
Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins. No, it is Fultz. So P4 is
Jeez.
the only one with 2 points so far.
Fultz. I was
you
like,
dub, you dub, you
that's
dub.
right. Dude,
It
he
is
yeah,
Fultz
he
in
went
the Jason
yeah.
Tatum draft and
He
went
Lonzo
nowhere.
Ball,
Draft.
Lonzo Ball as well. You know?
Yeah, I would, dude. Honestly, I was like thinking
That
Lonzo
was
Ball, but I
Lonzo
was like,
Ball
there's no
going
way
into
Lonzo.
it.
He went number 2.
But Jason Tatum and Fultz were like 2 as well around it. It was those 3 guys for sure. But
When was Andrew Wiggins? Was he 14 or 15?
Could have been 13.
I think 15.
Oh,
no,
dude, no.
not that much.
Maybe 14. I
Who
was
cares?
like,
It's
dude,
the wrong answer.
Yep.
I'm hot.
All right, I think it was 14. But anyways, yep, it is 2 for P4. Kyle's got 1 but wrong. PC has 2 wrong to start off. All right. This one leans a little away from sports, and we're going to go into the movie scene. This is a movie I watched last night that this quote came from. But as I say this quote, we're going to see how we do. You got 20 seconds.
I
The
hate
quote,
this.
"The eyes, Chico, they never lie." What movie does that come from? 20 seconds. The eyes, Chico, they never lie.
Y'all are fucked. Suicide Squad.
1920. All right. Turn over the boards. Let's see what we got. Scarface, Scarface, Scarface. All right. I'm glad we're cultured. That's, I guess, the second. Second. But, all right. So we got that one. Everyone got a point on that one. Thankfully.
I'm
We
on the
got
board. Let's
no
go.
shutouts. No more eggs. We got 2 more questions to go, though, and these 2 are a little more interesting. We'll see what we can do in this one. But for the 4th one, kind of relating what's going on with football and everything for the tournaments, which country has the most World Cup appearances with no titles? Never won a World Cup before, but shown up the most times. Which country was it? 20 seconds. All right, time is up. Turn over the boards. Let's see what we got. We got Netherlands, Portugal, and England. England actually have won the World Cup back in the 60s.
1960
But
over West Germany.
the most appearances are actually neither of those.
Darn.
And believe it or not, with
Croatia?
17, it is Mexico.
Wow.
They have never won the World Cup ever. 17
17
appearances
Cup
in the
final
last
appearance.
many times we haven't even reached past the first elimination round. It is just terrible. We can't get past the fourth game. 17 times, no wins. But that is the answer. It is Mexico. So unfortunately, everyone gets that wrong. I'm kind of happy that no one.
Oh, that was just wins. I thought it was.
That would be
I thought it was finals wins.
no, without
Oh,
a
dude,
single.
then-
Oh wait, no.
England only
Without,
has one, you fucking idiot.
No, I was thinking about the cup wins.
I was
Nick was
saying
talking about
no
no wins.
The wins. No. We have wins like group stage wins, and we have wins like in the thing. But
Oh, you've been at 17.
17 with no titles. Yeah. Pretty crazy.
That's
So,
wild.
Yep.
That wouldn't have been my fifth
New
guess.
fact of the day. But the fifth question, veering off of that, we're going to go as I have my college preview coming up soon. I'm going to post it on YouTube in some sort of way. I'm kind of debating on how I'm going to do it, but I wanted to start explaining exactly what college is instead of predictions this time around, because there's a lot new this year. As the dudes know, there's 12 teams, and there's a lot that's going on into the changes, but we're mostly familiar with at least the Pac-12 changes and Oklahoma, Texas going to the SEC. But what we don't know are certain things that are still going on around that are pretty important, like FCS and FBS transfers, with James Madison going up to the FBS this past couple of years and being really good underdogs, and Jacksonville State being FCS FBS. What is the new team for Division I college football to join the FBS from the FCS this year? What school joined the FBS for college football this year? 20 seconds. I'll go 25. It's a bit difficult.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
even
go
have a
extended.
fucking guess for this. Jesus Christ.
Think mid-major like college basketball teams. Just take a guess.
Ooh, I think I may have it then.
This isn't the right
Maybe
answer
not, probably
because
not.
they'll never go to FBS.
All right, does
I wish we
everyone
could-
have their answer
I wish
down?
we could have. Yeah.
All right. Turn and see the boards when you're ready. Let's see. South Dakota State, no. Creighton, nope. And UConn, no. UConn's actually been in the FBS.
Yeah, UConn
But,
doesn't have a
yeah.
football team.
Yeah, well, they do actually, but they're independent, and they just still aren't. I mean, they're not
Oh.
bad. I think they actually made a bowl.
They
game
were
this
actually
past year.
good 2 years
Yeah, they
ago.
They weren't terrible
I
this
think-
past year,
Oh,
but
who is it?
it is Kennesaw State.
I would have never
Jesus
guessed it.
fucking
So
Christ.
yeah, hey, they were in the tournament a couple of years ago, so that's why I said.
Oh, yeah. That's why we should all remember that.
Well,
And the
that's
totals
real
after
national
the-
news. You guys haven't followed. That's why I got my college preview. You don't have a clue,
Yeah.
so I gotta break it down for y'all.
The
rough
totals at the end
rough
of this
week here for the
entire thing-
fellas. We got
will
a
be
final
7.
scores coming out this week. We have P4 leading the way with 3. Kyle's
Made it
got
pretty difficult
2,
the last two.
and I only
Last one made
have
it.
a single point. That's gonna wrap it up for the Dudes in Sports podcast. Like, subscribe, hang out. Thanks for chilling with us through the technical difficulties and everything like that. Main man from way out west, do you have any final words for the people?
Go Mets. Football's coming up sooner than you think. Fantasy leagues, all that kind of good stuff. Baseball, softball. We're hitting our stride in just getting into the big sports season coming up. So we're just pumped. Goodbye, folks.
Mr. Howard, sir.
Yeah, like I said a lot in this podcast, the soccer's really doing well right now. I'm enjoying the weather outside. We just had a really good day. Summer's been fun. It's gonna be kind of an interesting week. We'll see how everything goes with the elimination stages in soccer. But I'm glad you guys joined here tonight. And like we said, apologize for the technical difficulties. But at the same time, I'm glad whoever stuck around, and appreciate all tuned in. Deuces, y'all.
K Steltzer, as I keep making fun of you on my whiteboard, got any final words to say to everybody?
If you're watching this, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Just thanks for hanging out with us. But as P4 said, sports is turning the corner. We're going to hit July and we're going to start feeling that momentum of football coming back up. And something that we will actually have at first time ever is the Summer Olympics. We'll probably try to get some Summer Olympic talks in there, see what's going to happen. Let's not talk about the United States football team. They just lost to Austria today. Not looking good.
People.
It's, yeah. But excited for all of that. Home Run Derby or the All-Star Game and stuff like that is, I think, 2 weeks away. Maybe we'll do something with that. But excited to get into the, depths of sports. I'm ready to talk football again.
Yes, sir. Well, that's going to do it for us. Like, subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with us again. You'll be looking forward to stuff in the future. And we will see you guys next time.